On to race number 3, then the third on the programme. It's a class for over the 1,000, the Deauville August Yearling Sales Handicap. Mark Richards will be able to tell us all about this, but headed by Dashing Gainer, Micho and Zach Purton run up on the all-weather last time out. Very Rich Man drops in class. Peace Combination, a 3-time course and distance winner. Flying Monkey, runner-up in March, 2 Peace Combination. Thou Shalt Sing, first up since February. Dominator on debut. Ocean Roar, we know which way he'll be heading. Forward, Lucky Lucky will probably go forward as well. And Raichu, good winner last time out, but that was in class 5. This is class 4.
Should be plenty of pace on here. We've said that before. It doesn't always eventuate, but it should here. Very Rich Man back at the races. Lucky Lucky likes to go forward. Ocean Roar, not quite as quick as he used to be, but he's still pretty sharp from the gates. And the likes of Peace Combination and Flying Monkey won't be hanging around either. So good to fast is, I think, a fairly safe bet.
Flying Monkey does carry his head very high generally when he works and races. But he's had a stable change recently. He hasn't been with Benno Jung all that long. Both of his 2 pieces of work leading into this race have been good. And he's effectively going in third up with a reasonable run underneath his belt. Thou Shalt Sing has had the 2 starts. They've both been at Shah 10. He'll debut at the Valley. He's trialled there. The trial's been quite nice. He hasn't had a run for 3 months, but he doesn't look unfit, as you can see there on screen. And the new boy, Dominator, a 3-year-old by commands. He's very robust, a real solid, barrel-y, keggy type, isn't he, with the little legs and the big barrel. Built like a genuine sprinter, and that's what he's going to take on first up, some good, fast sprinters. All
right, we'll have a look at Dominator in a moment. So we'll start off, though, with one of those good, fast sprinters in Peace Combination, Dashing Gainer, and Ocean Roar, not one of his better efforts. Yeah, well, it wasn't, actually. It was a bit disappointing, but he's got a very light weight on Wednesday night. He might be worth one more go as far as the exotics are concerned. Peace Combination's been very consistent all season, doesn't win very regularly, but he's generally there or thereabouts. Dashing Gainer, definitely 1,000 at Happy Valley could well be his thing, but from gate 12 with lots of speed under him, I think he might be up against it, specifically Wednesday night, but he's one to keep in the fridge for another meeting.
Yeah, there's lots of chances in this. It's going to be a scramble early. I'm actually going to leave Dashing Gainer out because of the wide barrier and the 5 pounds extra. But if he were to cross, then all of a sudden my selections might want to change. It's a tough race, this one. Yeah,
Peace Combination was that far away from winning that one too. Lucky Lucky, never all that lucky with the barriers. Hasn't been here either, barrier 10.
No, he's had 11 starts. He still hasn't won a race yet, but he's had 3 seconds. Interesting, Joe Moreira has done a lot of work with a number of horses in this race, including Lucky Lucky. He's been aboard him in a recent trial and his most recent work. He's been aboard Thou Shalt Sing in his trials. So there's a few things you can sort of sift through here and work out, and he's decided to go with Lucky Lucky. So I'm going to follow him in and go with that scenario. It is tough. There's lots of chances.
He's had a cast of thousands riding him. He certainly has, but he's got the best man aboard tomorrow night.
All right, OK, that's Lucky Lucky. We saw Thou Shalt Sing in his track work. This is the trial. I thought he just changed his legs a little bit here. This is his one and only visit to the Valley so far, but he did it a bit in track work, so maybe it's just him.
Yeah, I didn't think this was a bad trial at all. Back on the 5th of May, there were some good trials that particular morning. And his 2 runs so far, down the straight 1,000 at Shah 10, have been pretty promising. You wouldn't want to completely rule him out. It's just, for me, so competitive that I couldn't find a place for him, but I wouldn't be surprised if he ran well.
That was extremely fun, winning that trial. He ran well last week. And it's interesting, Joe Moreira rode Thou Shalt Sing in that trial and his previous one, but yet he's not riding him.
This is Dominator as well. What have we liked what we've seen so far?
I think he's a nice enough horse, Andrew, but there's just a short 1,000-metre race here with all this pace in it. I'm not sure how he's going to cope with it. I haven't put a line through him, but I haven't got him in the tips. But you can see there he hit the line quite OK. He is only a little fella with little short legs, and a bit like myself, actually, but I can cover the ground OK from time to time. So I haven't penned him, but I haven't got him in the tips.
Well, it's noticeable he's $23. He's the outsider, but he's hardly a despised outsider, is he? So I think he's wanted to definitely keep an eye on. He showed good gate speed in that trial, but not a huge amount of speed to muster as the trial went on, so probably wants a little bit further.
The positive was, though, that he was finding the line at the end, and there'll be a lot of pace in this. So
there will be, yeah. It's wide open here. Lucky Lucky, another favourite here for Moreira at this stage, Brett.
Yes. I ended up going that way, but I think you'll get value if you can snare the result here, because you're going to get a $5, $6 the favourite field sort of scenario. I don't mind the way Flying Monkey's come back, so 10 to beat 4. I think Raichu coming up in class. He has shown a fair bit of gate speed in those recent wins at 1,200, so if he can sort of lob midfield, we know he can find the line strongly. I put in Thou Shalt Sing for 4th. But, you know, Dominator could easily go into that 4th selection, so could 1 or 2 others. So it's not an easy first leg of the DT or 6 up. I went 4, 10, 12 QQP because I think you'll get some value with that if you get it.
I'm going to go with Raichu. I think he's still an each-way price at the moment, though interestingly he's quite short in the place market, so that might be an indicator as to where his price might go in the next 24 hours or so. If you go back far enough to the form book in Class 5, you'll find a race over 1,000 metres where they went hell for leather in the early stages, and that really suited him down to the ground. Class 4 record's not very good, but if he's going to run a good race in Class 4 and he's in good form, it's going to be on Wednesday night with a lightweight from Gate 1, so I think he's interesting. Piece combination, very consistent. He should just be able to settle up behind what will probably be a pretty furious pace. So, again, I think he's definitely one for your exotics. Nasher Shook, nice draw. Again, he'll be able to just settle up off the back of that speed. And Dashing Gainer, I do like. I think he, at some point, will win a 1,000-metre race at happy value with his head in his chest. Don't think it's going to be too easy for him on Wednesday night, but I still think he could run a good race. But Raichu, I think, is good each-way bet in the third.
All right, I've gone with Piece Combination on top, but I have included Dominator. I think it's a pretty good price at the moment at $23.
Well, with that bit of information, Andrew, we've got 8 out of the 12 between the three of us.
There we go. All right, that was the first leg of the six-up. Up next for us is the first leg of the Triple Trio.